we have a new trailer to react to, or I should say 2 new trailers to react to for House of the Dragon. We have the House of the Dragon Black trailer, and we have the House of the Dragon Green trailer, setting up both sides, which are going to be participating in the Great Targaryen Civil War. Now, I was a huge fan of House of the Dragon the first season. I thought it was great, and of course, leading up to that, I was a little skeptical. After Game of Thrones and how they wrapped that up. The Benioff and Weiss, how they just kind of killed a lot of enthusiasm for the franchise, and made me not want to really check out any other Game of Thrones content. After that, but thanks to the people behind this show, they re-energized my love for this series and provided us with some great stories, some amazing characters, and just so many awesome sequences, whether it be the conversations between all these people or some of these big action scenes. And now we're building towards this epic civil war, which I'm excited about. I think it also helps that this story has been told. It's done. George R.R. Martin's written everything about it, and now they're just kind of expanding on it, adding some more context to it. I'm thinking that's great. That's good. I'm glad that is done. But let's go ahead and take a look at this first trailer, and then I'll share my thoughts on that, and then we'll just go right to the next trailer. So here we go. House of the Dragon, the Black trailer.
We fight for our queen!
It starts now, in case you guys didn't know. It's starting now. That's a black symbol, all right.
My father chose me, his firstborn child, to succeed him. He held to his decision until death. And yet, Alicent's son sits my throne. I mean to fight this war and win it.
It's a big forehead. I should know.
The realm will soon tear itself apart. If men do not remember the oath sworn to King Viserys and to his rightful heir.
The High Towers are marching. You must crush this beast at its head.
Our terms are very simple. Renounce the false king and bend the knee to begin, or your house burns.
When the desire to kill and burn takes hold and reason is forgotten, you will not even remember what began the war in the first place.
We fight for our queen!
I feel what I've begun.
Man. There you go. House of the Dragon. Is there anything else? Is there anything else afterwards? I think that's it. Yeah, it is. And then we'll go to the green trailer in just a second. But, visually, it looks absolutely incredible. These are movie levels, cinematic, level special effects in this series. So I'm loving that from the pure spectacle of it. I'm very excited. But again, the thing that I've loved most about Game of Thrones, and I feel like what other people loved about Game of Thrones, was just these characters and the conversations they had. It was the political backstabbing. It was the changing of alliances, and I feel like at least for the beginning of season 2, it's going to focus very much on that, with the blacks and the greens going to the various lords of Westeros, trying to get as many armies on their sides for this inevitable conflict, and we already kind of seen that. Like the blacks seem to be going to the Starks, and we're going to be seeing the Wall again too. So that's going to be kind of cool, seeing these familiar places, but just in just hundreds of years before the events of Game of Thrones. Seeing it in a different light, different perspectives, which I think is great. And of course I'm really excited to see Matt Smith return, because he was one of the highlights of the first season. Daemon Targaryen, just a complicated character to say the least. You either love him in one moment or hate him in another moment, but he's a fascinating person, as are so many of the characters are in this show. But yeah, what I'm seeing so far, really, really cool. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start watching the green trailer right now. All right, so here we go with the House of the Dragon green trailer. Let's take a look. greenish gold symbol.
Only weeks ago, my lord husband was alive. And the realm was at peace.
He was moldy and gross.
On his deathbed, he knew the realm would never accept a queen. Rhaenyra's supporters will believe what they wish. But Viserys wanted Aegon to succeed him.
They wish now not for the good of the realm, but for the satisfaction of vengeance.
Plot against the king, and I will pay it back 100 times over.
This guy,
I'm as fearsome as any of them.
You have no idea the sacrifices that were made to put you on that throne.
My uncle is a challenge I welcome. If he dares face me.
We will prevail and bring forth peace. But you must accept that the path to victory now is one of violence.
Good. To war, then.
He's a little dismissive psychopath.
All my life, I've endeavored to serve both my house and the realm. And somehow none of it matters.
Hold to your courage for the one true King Aegon!
You guys think she's gonna show her feet off again? I would hope so. And to end this conflict, she might have to show off her feet. Yeah, much like the Black trailer, this is looking amazing. I really like seeing the perspective, from the Greens. Obviously, they are portrayed to be more villainous than the Blacks. No question about that. With Aegon. Obviously, everything that we saw with him being so dismissive and cruel and just undeserving of the crown, obviously. But then, listen, Aemon, he is also cruel, but I do like that character. He seems to be incredibly competent and talented, and I like that they seem to be implying there's going to be a big rivalry between him and Daemon, leading up into this war, and I'm looking forward to them possibly battling. I think that'll be really exciting. Again, I go back to this. It's the political stakes of this universe, of this show that I enjoy so much. It's yes, the dragons look great, and I love seeing all these battles, and it's all well choreographed and well shot. Cinematography is brilliant. But it's just these conversations, it's the writing that I engage with so much that keeps me invested in this series, and the back and forth between these two groups as they're just gathering their forces, gathering their armies, going to all these different lords. I mean, this section of the Targaryens is heavily backed by the High Towers, obviously. And they have their various political machinations, which makes again the show just so interesting, and we're gonna see all that come to a head. They're gonna get all their pieces and then finally battle, I imagine, in glorious fashion. But yeah, very impressed by both these trailers. Love what I'm seeing visually and just the potential between these characters interacting with each other. But what about you guys? What did you think of the trailers for House of the Dragon, both Team Black and Team Green? Which team are you on? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.